Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys can hear, I was so excited because I'm finally starting a dotted grid for my art journal. The previous journal didn't fully end, but you guys have requested a pen test video, so I left some pages because of that. And since a new month is here, I finally decided to start this new journal for the month of August. If you guys have seen our mid-year Bujo setup, you know that we already opened one of these journals and we named it Brownie because of the brown color of the journal. But because this is a new journal but with the same cover, so I want you guys to recommend a name for it, and we can have Instagram polls or anything to decide what we are going to call this journal. Since I was so excited to start this journal, I left the first page empty because I didn't want it to ruin it in my excitement, and decided to start with the second page and August cover page. So for this cover page, I'm going to go with the leaf painting, which is very trending these days. And the colors that are decided are purple and blue, and then I'm going to need a lot of shades of purple, so I also used black and white. Also, I'm going to paint the background black as well because I wanted to give it a dark color, and decided to go with the cool tones as well. Firstly, I masked all the sides of the journal so the paint doesn't run off to other pages or the cover, but somehow it still got to the other side of the page, so make sure to mask the other side of the page as well. Then I simply masked some places where I wanted to write August or my quote, and then I made a design over the masking tape and cut it according to how I wanted. You can make any design that you like, but I just went with this very simple design. Also, make sure that you are not holding the cutter too tight, or you have something underneath the page so it doesn't cut other pages. Now I'm simply going with my black acrylic with a little hint of purple, and I'm going to make the background with this color. Also, I'm using only two paint brushes, which are flat brushes, one in a larger size and one in a little smaller size, and these are the only two brushes that I used for the entire spread. Finally, coming to the leaves. I'm starting with the darkest shade, which is a little black mixed with purple, or should I call it violet, because the purple sound keeps making disturbances in my mic. I'm gonna call it violet. Anyhow, okay, so the first leaf is planted. Can I call it planted? No, just pasted? What do I call it? Anyways, I'm just testing out the shade and tone of purple because I thought the first tone got too dark and it didn't show on the page, so I tried out a little lighter shade. But even this shade, at least it shows, but it's still too dark for it to make an appearance or anything. So I'm starting with a more lighter shade, or you can call it a more brighter shade. And I think this is the time where it started to show a little, but it still wasn't as satisfying. So I thought I was doing something wrong, that I should left it for a while and left it to dry so it can show more. So I just pasted all these leaves and left them to dry. But then when I took them out, the leaf pattern got stuck onto the paper and the paint wouldn't show very well anyways. So what I tried next was a very lighter shade. I added a lot of white to the purple or violet, and then I made that color, and it finally started to show, and I realized that the black was too dark to go with purple. So I should have kept the background a little lighter, or I should have chosen a lighter color from the first. But it somehow turned good, and the purple finally started to show with a lighter shade. So this is the first or the second layer that you can say that finally shows. Now I'm starting with the third shade, and you can also see that I'm using the same leaves. I was wondering before painting if I can use the same leaves over and over, but I tried it anyways, and for all the shades of purple I have used the same leaves and they work well, like leaving all the pattern and everything. Now you can see that we have 3 to 4 shades that are finally showing on our page. So I maybe just added one more shade maybe, and then that was it. Yeah, I think this is the lightest shade that I made. Although I could go more light and that would have been more pretty, but I had already wasted a lot of time on testing out the colors and for waiting it to show up, that I didn't want it to add any more colors or tones. To be very honest, this painting didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but I think it looks okay, like it can work. Anyways, for adding a little contrast, I went with the blue color, and I made, as you can see, I made the lighter shade from the very first layer, and I only added a single layer because I didn't want to add layers for this color, but I just wanted to give it some contrast with the purple and black. And you can see that the blue shows a lot from the very first layer, also because the color I kept was light, but it was also because the color itself is light instead of if you see the purple. Okay, so the final result is pretty good, right? I think it looks pretty. But that was until I removed these, because I think the masked area looks too white, like it was too blank. Of course I was going to write the August and then the quote as well, but I still thought it was too bright. Anyways, it was still satisfying to remove the tape and find out that the paint didn't go anywhere. Who else loves removing tape and finding out a perfect line? I do. So this is how it looks for now. I'm going to write a quote which I thought was perfect with this painting. It says, "You are confined only by the walls that you create or build yourself." And it's because before painting this painting, I was very scared about how it would turn out, if it was a perfect choice for me to paint or not. Like, I wanted to give this painting a try, but I kept saying that I couldn't do it, which is in fact building walls for yourself that you cannot overcome. But I still wanted to try it, so I did. And it looks pretty good, right? How many times have I already said that? Am I trying to justify myself or what? Okay, so for the font, I kept it pretty simple with some parts in bold and bigger font, where I kept the some parts very middle tone. For the August, I simply wrote it, and I should have kept it that way, but I wanted to bold it a little and then I greened it. Yeah. So this is the final result. I hope you guys like it. Now I'm simply going to remove all the masking tape. You can see that the paint ran off a lot, so it was actually a good idea to put the tape around all of the pages. And you can see on the right hand page that the paint also got to the other side. It was because it kept moving, and you can also see some of the cutting marks on the other page as well. It's because I kept the cutter too tight, and it's because I couldn't find anything but pages to put underneath when I was cutting, so the other pages had some pressure marks. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you like our video, and follow us on Instagram for daily updates. Thank you for watching.